Welcome to another one of our campsite reviews. Today we're at Robin's Camp in the northern tip of the Hwange National Park. It's an easy drive in from Botswana through the Pandamatenga border post. It's a small little border post. You drive along a double track sort of road once you're through the border post. I mean, beautiful tar roads on the Botswana side, Zimbabwe side. It's a goat track. And it's about 45 kilometers, I think, to get to the gate for Hwange, and then about another 12 k's and you're at Robin's Camp. Robin's Camp is a privately managed campsite. As a result, is beautifully run and is quite attractive. There's a few things that we found a bit dodgy, but that could be because we're here in the low season. So there's campsites and there's lodging. We might have been tempted for the lodging, but there's no air conditioning, there's only fans, and it was 38 degrees here today. But the campsites, I'm not sure how many sites there are here. There must be 34, 35 sites. Most of them have got little concrete tables and places you can sit, little braai areas. All have got power. You can plug in your 220, and there's a light in the trees. As you can see, sand, not much grass. Slight slope on it, which is a bit difficult for overlanders. Everything is sloping here, so quite difficult to get the vehicle level when you're sleeping in a rooftop tent. We're the only campers here at the moment. It's out of season. It's the rainy season in Hwange, or the rainy season's just ended. Nobody here. I would imagine when there's 30 vehicles here in the middle of season, you may not have the same experience we've had. There's 3 sets of ablutions on this site. 2 of them are brand new, these tin prefab kite buildings, and one of them is the original brick structure, also refurbished, but beautiful inside and great for us. There's 2 showers, 2 toilets on each side, male and female. Again, we've had the place to ourselves. I imagine if there's 30 vehicles and 80 other people here, might get a bit crowded in the mornings at the ablutions. But let me show you inside one of these. There's a light inside. There's a couple of praying mantis. So 4 basins, nice mirrors, lots of little rain spiders all over the place. Men's got 3 showers. They're nice and spacious. There's a couple of hooks inside. The railing for you to hang stuff on. Soap dish, but there's this beautiful big concrete bench outside here, which is quite handy to leave the things you don't need in the shower cubicle with you. Plenty of hot water. There's big solar geysers on top of here. Great water pressure. All the drains work, can't complain about it. It's really nice. Then in the men's, there's the 2 sit-down toilets and there's 2 urinals. What's really good about Robin's Camp, it's fully fenced. There's a gate that you open and close yourself, so you're not expecting too much animal activity. There are honey badgers in the site. We haven't seen them. And there are baboons, apparently, that can get testy in the afternoons. We haven't seen them either. There's another gate here, and you walk up the path all the way to the top to get where the lodge is. Campers are allowed to use the lodge area. They serve breakfast, lunch and dinner there, and there's a bar, and there's a swimming pool, and there's a little Bama fire area, and campers are welcome to it all. If you stay in the lodging, there's about 50 rooms here, I think, and that's an all-inclusive rate. So at the moment, that all-inclusive rate is $105 a night per person sharing, and that includes your breakfast, lunch and dinner. So that's a really reasonable rate. Obviously heavily discounted because it's out of season. We have had some meals here. We had a lunch. We had dinner last night. That also wasn't great. It was a hake fish with some potato and some vegetables. The potato wedges weren't cooked. The dessert was a lemon tart, but the dough was raw and pretty miserable. That's probably because it's out of season and nobody's here. I think when they're full, they've probably got a team of cooks in the kitchen and everything will be fresh and on time. For now, the greatest advantage for us is you can go up there early in the morning before you go out on your game drive. They've got an urn full of boiling water. You can make yourself a flask of coffee or a cup of coffee before you head off, and that's quite convenient. But let's take a walk up there and we'll go and show you what they've got. What's also quite interesting here at the lodge is that there's a few scops owls that have taken up residence in the trees here, and they seem to be here every day. The owls are only about this big, and there's one in the tree here. Their camouflage is quite good. Their feathers almost look like the moss on the bark of the tree. If Makti comes a bit closer under here, maybe she can try and zoom in a bit on that little owl view. Really nice. This is the pool area. Beautifully laid out, lounges, towels, beautiful clean swimming pool. There's a little fire pit area there. In the evening they make a fire, put camping chairs around there. People can sit there and look at the game. Down in the bottom there is an electric fence there. We only saw a few impala last night. There may be more game when it's dry and they come up to drink. On this side there's a reception down there. They've got a little trading store which doesn't sell much of anything other than a few t-shirts and some jewelry. There's the dining area, nice and cool under the shade there. They've got a viewing tower platform which we haven't been up. I suppose you can look at the trees, and next to it there, the little thatch rondavel, is the Hwange bar, fully stocked with everything you might want to drink. And further to the right, the thatched area is a quiet lounge with a few board games and some reading material if you want to cool off in the afternoon. So I think at this time of day, the right thing to do is to go to the bar. This is the dining area, and nice and cool in the hot sun. Beautiful to sit here in the evening with the breeze blowing through and have dinner. We can have a look on the board to see what's for dinner tonight. We've got vegetable spring rolls, lemon and herb chicken with rice and veggies for main, and dessert chocolate brownie with ice cream. Nothing wrong with that. And that costs the princely sum of $15 US. The lunch is $10 US and the breakfast is $10 US. And we also have squirrels that run around here, and they're quite funny. When they race on this polished floor, then they intend to stop and skid for 6 meters off the end, which they're not going to do now because we're filming, of course. Now we're off to the bar, Hwange bar, 10:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Nothing wrong with that, gives you 12 hours to have something to drink. There's a little room here, I don't know what it is. Oh, another little lounge area. Entrance to the bar. Typical bar, nice fireplace, which I'm sure they have running in the winter. Dartboard, if you had any darts. And a smiling barman.
Yeah. Welcome to Robin's.
Thank you. My name is Dave.
My name is Mona.
Hello Mona, nice to meet you.
Good, sir. How may I serve you?
Let's have something to drink. What are we having? Gin and tonic?
Tonic. Double shot or single?
Single, because it's for the wife. We don't want her getting all rowdy here in the bush. I see a couple of red wines over there, which might be good for dinner later. And there's milkshakes.